Melbourne's new way to wake up. This is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
G'day there, podcaster.
Yep, end of our first week. Everyone happy with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I've got a lot of improvements.
Different level of enthusiasm.
Yeah, no, I was pretty happy with that. I thought that went pretty well for the first week down. Look, we'll probably get into the podcast pretty quick here. You'll hear Belle's mum's thoughts on the show very first up. But if you would like more chat in an off-air sort of setting, well, I would urge you to listen to the off-air podcast. We do like maybe about 3 a week, but definitely every Friday so we can vote on Team Member of the Week. And also there's a little interview with Peking Duck as well, so don't miss that. Ben and I have been doing a radio show for a decade now together, so we're pretty used to this. Belle was our producer for 5 years, and this has been her first official week on the show. You've done a great job, Belle.
Yeah, well done, Belle.
It's been fun doing it as a three-way. And at the start of the week, you got some rather honest words of advice from your mum, Jackie. What did the text actually say just before you went on air on Monday?
Well, she wished me luck, and then she also wrote, just remember, speak slowly, maybe don't speak as much, and just let the boys go and follow their lead, which was lovely. It'll fill me with confidence.
Your mum, Jackie Jackson, joins us on the line now. How you doing, Jackie?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good.
Wise words, wise words.
Can I ask, Mum, just firstly, how much have you been listening?
Well, I have to be honest. I listened to the first day, and then I listened to part of the second day.
What the hell?
And then they were my non-work days. And the thing is, I had to listen on my tranny.
On your what?
So,
On your what?
On my transistor radio.
Oh, okay. So we're just going to be a little careful around our language these days on the radio,
No.
Jackie. Yeah, no, I get on your transistor radio. Thanks for clearing that one up for us. Yep.
No, I tried to load the app, and it didn't work. So then I had to go back to the old radio. And when I'm going to work, I can't be walking around with a tranny.
Yeah, obviously, a bit of a worry when our own mums are tuning out midweek.
Jackie, can I say, you're the most mum I've ever met.
Yeah, you're a real mum, and we love you for it. And do you think Belle's been doing the right thing? Do you think she needs to pipe down a little more, or has she just been talking the right amount? Do you think?
Well, look, part of me says if you say nothing, you can't get it wrong. But I don't think she'll get paid.
True.
So, look, I guess less is more, but it'd be like asking her to change her gene pool because she's kind of, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
And she's a bit of a chip off the old block. So for me to tell her to slow down, don't talk as much, that'd be asking myself to do the same, and I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Thank you, Mum. I appreciate you acknowledging that because, yes, it is a little bit your fault.
Well, Jackie, thanks for the wisdom, and hopefully you can listen on your transistor radio next
I will
week.
be listening on my transistor radio.
Okay, good. I was going to ask if you were going to listen on Monday. Can't wait to get your feedback then as well.
See you, Jackie.
Well done, boys. See you, Belle.
Okay, and Belle, well done to your daughter, Belle. Well done to her too.
Yeah, well done to you too.
Yeah, she's doing a good
Thanks.
job.
See ya.
Bye.
Hi, Jackie. Gee, she's a brutal mum, isn't she? She's lovely, but you have to work hard for
That
her
is-
acceptance. I feel.
Honestly, nothing compared to what I grew up with from her. It's constant critiquing.
I love it.
Well done, boys. See you, Belle. You'll have to try a little harder next week for me to listen.
You're on Nova 100.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is being awesome.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
We do it every morning at this specific time. 5 questions about something that's happened in the world overnight. If you get them all right, you get to pick the next song we play.
We've got Emily in Narre Warren. Good morning, Em. What are you up to?
I'm on the way to placement.
Oh, nice. What are you, like nursing placement or something like that, or?
Yeah, nursing, yeah.
Oh, right. Where are you working?
I'm at aged care.
Aged
Oh,
care. Fun
okay.
fact, Liam comes from a family of nurses. His mum's a nurse.
Yep.
Also, his fiance's a nurse.
Yes. Bit Freudian. Got a lot of respect for nurses. Nearly said nurses. Like I'm
Noises.
I got respect for nurses. Like I'm
My
from New
mum's
York or
also a
something.
nurse, so
Yeah, and I got
coming
the
for her next.
I got the hots for Belle's mum as well. So.
Oh, God. You said that too much. But okay.
Where there's smoke. All right, let's kick into this quiz. Harry and Meghan's doco dropped on Netflix last night. What's the Italian word that means a photographer who takes photos of celebrities?
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi. Yeah. 94% of Melbourne dog owners want their dog involved on their wedding day. What breed of dog is featured in the film 101 Dalmatians?
Dalmatian.
No, it's an easy question.
Just for the record, I wanted to change that question.
I'd love if you went, cavoodles. Sad news overnight. Celine Dion has revealed she has a serious health condition. She's from the French-speaking part of which country?
France.
No, they all. That's pretty predominantly French-speaking in France.
This is a tough one.
It is a curly question.
Well,
though.
you had the
We've gone
Dalmatian
from-
one before,
Exactly.
so yeah, we're turning up the heat a little bit, okay? Ryan joins us now. Do you know where Celine Dion's from? The French-speaking part of which country?
No idea.
Oh, have a guess? Any
Somewhere
country?
in Europe.
Somewhere in Europe?
No, it's not. No, Tina from Preston. Do you know there's like another place in the world where they speak French, but like not in France?
That would be Canada.
She's got it. Got it in one. Big Celine fan, Tina?
Oh, I suppose so.
Well, she's going through some serious health stuff, so I mean, at least you could have said you're a fan of her back catalogue. Anyway, let's keep pressing on. We've only got 2 questions to go. The US president has announced that the basketballer who was in a Russian jail is now on her way back home to the US. Who is the US president?
That would be Biden.
John Cena and Zac Efron are heading to Melbourne. This is exciting. Next year to film their next movie. Can you finish these lyrics?
Word your faith and gives me strength to believe.
I have no idea.
I mean, you're not listening to Celine Dion. You're not a fan of High School Musical. I don't know what you are listening to.
There would be people in their cars right now screaming at their radios.
And we do have a few phone lines free. If you know the lyrics, 13 24 10. Cherie in Epping, do you know the lyrics?
Word your faith and gives
Come on.
me strength.
Come on, you got this.
Strength to believe.
No, I haven't got it.
Oh! All right, Luke, you be Gabrielle, I'll be Troy. Let's see if you can finish it.
Word your faith and gives me strength to believe.
We're breaking free.
Zero flare.
There's not a star in heaven that we can reach.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Stuff, Luke.
We needed that.
Yeah, good man.
Luke, big High School Musical fan.
Yeah, well,
Did I just see Bradbury that?
yeah, I think so. You just
You
came
did.
in last minute. All you had to say is the last bit of the lyrics. You won the quiz. You get to pick the next song we play. So obviously, a weekend in front of us. What's going to get everyone more in the mood? Do you want this? Bit of Gorillas? Or would you like to shake those hips a little bit?
I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel
Yeah, we'll go, Dave. Yeah.
You want Shakira?
The hips a bit. Yeah, we'll shake the hips a bit. Yeah.
All right.
I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel you, boy. Come on, let's go, real slow. Don't you see, baby, see it's perfect.
I'm being told a lot lately that I'm giving my fiancée Sarah the ick. Don't know if you guys are familiar with the expression "the ick." I don't know where it came from, but all I know is I'm dealing it out a lot, and it seems to be like the main thing in her vocabulary at the moment. I think it maybe it's like a TikTok thing. I looked up the definition: a feeling you get when you're dating someone and you realise how ugly or cringy they actually are.
And you're engaged.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm very familiar with the term "the ick," Liam, because my wife Sam uses it all the time.
It's like I suppose it's like unless just like get away from me, you're annoying me. It's more like oh, you're giving me the ick.
Yeah.
It's like yeah. So
Yeah.
you're giving the ick as well, Ben.
I give Sam the ick all the time. The main way I like to give her the ick, because I do it on purpose, is if I'm ever FaceTiming her, I will, because you can like get creative with your angles. I'll put the FaceTime like camera kind of like below my belly.
Yeah, nice.
So my big gut is just hanging over the lens. And I've got quite a hairy belly, so you can just see nothing. You can see the top of my head poking over my giant gut.
And then you tuck your chin in as well, so you got like one of those thumb heads. Yeah.
That gives her the ick severely.
She's locked in now as well because you guys are just
We're married.
No, I think my ick, I think I've had a few times of this in past relationships that definitely has started the turn off. Bed sweaters. So when guys get really sweaty when they sleep and then you wake up in the morning, it's like, why is your side so sweaty?
The aircon was on. The fan was on. You have no right to be that sweaty.
That's when I suddenly go, probably not into this
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Sweat in the bed.
That's gross.
I haven't really revealed this too much on Over 100 yet, but you'll come to learn that I, Liam, am the impression guy, and that certainly I think that's wearing pretty thin around my household at the moment.
Yeah.
After 5-6 years,
You only have like 4 impressions anyway. So
I like you. Borat, that was pretty funny in 2008.
Yeah.
It gives her the ick these
Don't
days.
worry, I'm sure if you listen to Nova 100 enough, you'll hear all 4.
Oh,
in due
yeah.
time.
Thrilling stuff.
That's one. Get your charts out. That's one. You've had Borat, so you can mark that one off.
All right, 13 24 10. Give us a buzz. We'd love to know what gives you the ick.
Yeah. There's a pretty good text here to 0400 919 919 from Stace and Karen Downs. She said when he sits on one of those bar stools and his legs are just dangling there. that gives her the ick. That's enough to put her off.
I do agree with that. We look back in time and men were so fierce and so strong, and then now you meet up with a guy with a date and his legs are like hanging off a bar stool and you go, yeah.
Marcel joins us. Good morning. What gives you the ick, Marcel?
Hi, good morning. When my husband rips off his toenails and leaves them on the bedside table and the ironing board. It is disgusting.
So specific.
Yeah, on the ironing board as well.
And what you can't just use...
Board's in the lounge room. Yeah, the ironing board's in the lounge room and he uses that as
That's
like
so
when
crook.
he puts his drinks and his toenails apparently.
You know what? Like, leaving them there is like another level, but just the idea that he rips them off rather than cutting them off.
That can go stray as well. What if you rip too far down? Or
No. Alyssa from Springvale said wearing a dressing gown is enough to give her the ick.
Oh no, dressing gowns are cute. Guys,
do you mean?
dressing gowns are cute.
Like a robe you'd get at a...
Yeah,
A dressing
like a
gown,
hotel,
man.
I suppose.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, I don't. What else could a dressing gown be? I'm sort of at...
Well, I'm surprised that
Lost.
gives someone the ick.
Yeah.
No, it's nice. I've thought of another one. Can I share one quickly?
Yeah, go, Belle.
The internal then blowout burp that guys do sometimes, and I hate it so much. It's when they go. It's honestly the worst thing you could ever do.
In a way, I think it's like worse as well. It stinks more because it's from like
Why don't you just
deep.
go?
Yeah, it's from deep within.
Like, just let it out.
Oh, yeah.
Better out than in.
Chris joins us. Good morning. What gives you the ick, Chris?
Good morning, you there?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, loud and clear,
Yeah,
Chris.
we got you, Chris.
Okay, that's good. The way my daughter chews and makes noises when she's eating her dinner, you get that. It's like a pig to the squeal.
How old is she?
Do I really have to say? 27?
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
my
it.
God.
She's too old, and like I suppose you're asking yourself, are you the one who taught that behaviour? I mean, she's got it from somewhere, hasn't she?
Emma joins us. Good morning. What gives you the ick, Emma?
Morning, guys. Mine is a bit random. It is anyone that when they drive, they panic, like if they're trying to indicate and get over and they can't get in, or they're trying to find a park and they get all rattled, and just anything like that. That's just
Not confident enough.
so
Yeah, gives you the ick when someone's not confident in their driving.
You just get out mid-drive, just go, no, we're done.
Last night at 7 p.m, the long-awaited Harry and Meghan doco dropped on Netflix.
Why did you want to make this documentary?
When the stakes were this high, doesn't it make more sense to hear our story from us?
Our man in the UK, Vincent McAviney, joins us now to find out how it went down over there. Vincent, have you watched it yet?
Yeah, I have. The first 3 episodes dropped at 8 a.m. UK time this morning. We're getting the next 3 next week. It was an interesting watch. There wasn't actually that much new ground, particularly if you're in Britain and this has been a kind of ongoing soap opera for the last 6 years or so. It definitely felt like it was very much for an international audience. Episode 1, very much Harry explaining his life episode 2, Meghan explaining her past, and then episode 3, the sort of early part of their courtship. And we got a lot of detail about that we didn't have before. And then a bit of talk about sort of the press reaction. But it was an interesting watch, but there wasn't that much new in it.
Well, Vincent, I mean, I binged all 3 last night as well, straight away. And actually, I started off as somebody that didn't really like Harry and Meghan much, and it's completely changed my mind. And we've also seen what loudmouths like Piers Morgan thought of this. What is the overall kind of message or vibe that people are tweeting about and thinking about it?
There's obviously a huge reaction here in the UK, and I think the documentary did highlight one thing in particular, which is very important context, is that this happened at the height of a culture war kicking off in Britain over Brexit, and this became a bit of a prism through which people saw all of that as well, about the future of the country. And I think, the documentary, you have to, there are some people that say, well, this is their version of the truth. They might be bending things or whatever. But a lot of it, from what I understand, is pretty much an accurate account of what happened. And I've been someone who's covered royals for the last 10 years. I saw myself in the documentary. I was at the photo call for their engagement. I don't think anyone can really understand. And one moment that really kind of changed my perspective on the royal family was that I was on the outside the hospital when Prince George was born, Kate and William's first child. And I was there for a couple of days because we were all waiting, huge media press pack. And it was actually when George was brought out, it did shock me, even as someone that works in the media, that from, this child was 7 hours old, Kate was rushed out. And from that moment on until the moment this child, passes away, this press pack is going to follow them for the rest of their life and has no say in it. And that is something that I think Harry draws out, the fact that, they're born into this. There is never any escape from it, no matter, there is no such thing for them as privacy ever. And so those that kind of say, well, if they want to be private, why are they doing this? Well, the fact is, Harry was never given the choice of privacy. And for the first time he is, apart from the sort of Oprah interview, being able to say, look, this is what my life has been like. And huge parallels, of course, with his mother, who he constantly references. And there's obviously a lot of trauma there, which he saw was repeating itself.
Yeah, it is true. You never really think about it from that perspective. In some ways, it's kind of like the famous baby, Harry Potter, the boy who lived. The attention was there always. Where should we be pausing on Netflix to see you specifically, Vincent? Did you? Obviously, you're watching it. You're a correspondent. Did you go, oh, there I am? Did you pause it and get a screenshot, or?
I mean, you just see yourself sometimes in rushes of things in these documentaries. It was just in the sunken garden in Kensington Palace. I remember the day. It was quite cold. It was autumn in the UK, and the press pack was there.
Have the royals come out and responded since the episodes have dropped, or they said nothing?
Well, there has been an interesting argument in the more serious press this afternoon, which is that at the start of the documentary, it says in a sort of title card that members of the royal family were declined to comment for this. Now, Buckingham Palace is pushing back on that hard, saying, well, actually, members of the family weren't asked at all. And the royal family did not get a preview screening of this in any way in order to prepare their response. So that is an interesting argument now sort of being played out about whether or not, Harry did say this. We know that, there is an absolutely strained relationship currently between Prince Charles, Prince William, and Prince Harry. Prince William, it seems, is reluctant to spend any time at all with his younger brother because he's apparently and reportedly concerned that any interaction will come up in the documentary or in the book, which is entitled Spare, which of course comes out in January. That is the only kind of serious pushback this afternoon from the palace.
Well, Vincent McAviney, our correspondent over in the UK, thank you so much for joining us this morning to shed a little bit more light on it. It's interesting the royals didn't get the heads up on the documentary. Maybe we'll see more of these, but one thing's for sure, we're certainly never getting a Prince Andrew documentary. I don't think anyone's giving him one. You can watch the Harry and Meghan doco on Netflix now. Appreciate your time, Vincent.
Thanks so much.
Attention Aldi shoppers, or maybe people that have never shopped at Aldi, this might actually change your mind. Aldi are now selling for $49.99 a lovely treat yourself set that is lovely silk pyjamas and comes with a massager. The massager is in it moves a bit. I don't really know how to say it. Moves quite fast. It's got a little knob at the end and comes along with the treat yourself silky pyjama set.
I suppose, after a long day at work, you give your back a bit of a massage at the The pajamas? Oh, no, I've just seen a photo of it. Yeah, that's nice. We can all see what they're doing there.
So they're selling that at Aldi.
Yes.
You know what, that'd be in the... I don't think you'd be able to go there and find it. It'd just be in that middle aisle.
Yeah.
You know, how there's like, sometimes it's like, there's like giant frozen pizzas. There's like, you know, big lumps of meat and stuff. And then they have like, you know, instead of Doritos, it's like El Toros and everything's got a weird name. And then in the middle, it's just like, you can get a fondue set and a motorbike helmet and they're just like next to each other. And it's just like all in a basket.
Not in the sausage section?
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Put it there too?
It certainly is good different.
It is good. It is good different. Well,
that's in one of their ads.
Because we're different.
Good, different.
I must admit, I have never been an Aldi shopper. The idea of packing my own bag stresses me out, but I know a lot of people do love Aldi.
And look, if I suppose if you really can get everything there, as we've learned this morning. But I suppose if you're nervous about buying something like that, I mean, it's not going to be sus in amongst the Aldi shopping, because
sus.
No, because I'm saying if you ordered off a website and there was a clear transaction from your account being like from yadayada.com.
Oh, I see.
As opposed to just being on your Aldi receipt, you're also packing it yourself, aren't you? Because, you know, they scan and you stand and you pack. So really it's sort of a good way of buying that.
I would like to speak to the Aldi shoppers this morning because as someone that doesn't shop there, I hear stories about the things you can find in that middle aisle.
I'm the same, Ben. I've never shopped at Aldi and it doesn't really appeal to me.
I got deck chairs from there and they're actually really good. Like,
yeah?
Yeah, no, honestly, like people are always like, oh, where'd you get those deck chairs? It's got that little bit on the end where you can put a glass of wine in. It's got little pockets everywhere. It comes with like a bottle opener. All right, real sturdy. Got that from the middle section.
Maybe it's time to have a bit of a subtle brag, but if you're an Aldi shopper and you've bought some good stuff from that middle aisle, I'd love to know.
Weird, though.
It's going to be a bit different. I'd love to know what you've scored yourself from the middle aisle. Because I'm pretty sure they do like TVs, as you said, like deck chairs. You never know what you're going to get.
Sometimes they do like a release. They do a drop. Yeah. And the mums line up around the corner being like, I'm going to get that toaster first.
13 24 10. That is our number, Melbourne. Give us a buzz, and we'd love to know, what did you get from the middle aisle at Aldi?
Michael joins us now. What did you buy from the middle aisle of Aldi?
Morning, BLBs.
It's good. Abbreviation. And who's got time to say everyone's name, you know?
Yeah. Now I got a spin bike for my wife, so she wanted it to line up one morning when the sales were coming out, and ended up with a spin bike, which I've got to be honest, I don't think she's used yet. And,
I mean, Michael, is it fancy or is it like just the bare minimum?
Yeah.
No, it's bare minimum, but you know, it's in brackets, great quality.
That's good.
It does the job.
And so you said you had to line up. Were there other people waiting early morning?
Yeah, there was like, I think it was Wednesday. I had to skip work for the morning so I could get there for those early buys. So
wow.
You think, like, to be honest, like what you're losing on not working for a few hours on a Wednesday morning, like for you to get this cheap, you know what I mean? You're probably better off just getting any old spin bike online.
You never know what you're going to get from the middle aisle at Aldi. 13 24 10. Give us a buzz and let us know what you scored from the middle aisle. You have a good morning, Em.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one,
Laura joins us now. Good morning. What did you buy from the middle aisle?
I bought a baby cot and it was on special at the time, so I bought it for $50.
That's pretty good.
Isn't, like, Laura, like, don't you want, like, the cot's like a really important thing to be really sturdy and safe, and that's sometimes where people splash. Are you sure it's like a really good, safe cot?
Well, yes. I mean, I have 6 kids, and 3 of my kids have used it until it's broken. So,
wow.
No, eventually it did.
It did break. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying now.
Gee, Laura, that's great.
Ralph joins us now in Essendon. Good morning, Ralph. What did you buy from the middle aisle?
I bought a high-pressure gurney.
A what?
Like
a gurney, like a
high-pressure hose?
High-pressure gurney. It's a petrol one. It works really good.
That's pretty good. Petrol. That'd have some power behind it, Ralph.
What do you use that for?
Like cleaning.
I wash machineries with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I wonder if the Audi massagers also run on petrol.
Nathan joins us now. Good morning, Nathan. What did you buy from the middle aisle?
How's it going? Well, I bought a swinging egg chair.
A swinging? Oh, those big. I mean, that's too big for the middle section, surely. Or did you have to, like, construct it yourself sort of thing?
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah, you know, just when it comes to buying stuff from Audi.
That's the thing. Yeah, you know, but I'm sure you're happy as Larry eating your El Toros, floating around in your Audi egg chair.
You were saying you wouldn't trust the cot. There's no way I'm trusting an egg chair that I've assembled.
Hey, it's our first week on the job, and you may remember at this time at the start of the week we said, hey, look, we've actually got a fair bit of budget to play with here on Nova 100. So why don't we start a little focus group? Some people who've listened to Nova 100 for some time, maybe been listening to Chrissy, Sam and Brownie for years, we would pay them like $100 each to listen attentively for the whole week and then give us some constructive feedback.
We are certainly open to all sorts of feedback. If you've got any opinions or thoughts on the show, you can always text us 0400 919 919. But 3 lucky listeners have been selected and paid for their feedback.
Emma from Warburton, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. How many minutes do you think you've taken in of the show over the week?
I'm one of those people that do my due diligence. I've been 6 to 9.
Whoa.
Wow.
You're kidding.
Now, look, we do want honest feedback, okay? And I think the best way to do this is let's just do 1 positive and 1 negative, Emma. So whenever you're ready, fire away.
All right. So the less positive thing is probably the phoners. I don't mind the phoners, but when it's the questions and the answers all the time, it can get just a bit repetitive.
So you're saying we're doing too much phone work?
Yeah.
Okay.
The questions and the answers type thing.
Yep, the question and the yeah. Talk back. So, just out of interest, you'd prefer more like sort of interviews or something, or like just stories?
No, I don't mind. You've had people call up and interact over certain things, but when it's just you're asking a question and getting the answer, have you this, have you that?
I get you.
Yeah, no, fair. No, that's good.
Nice.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay, Emma.
And positive?
Positives. I've got 2 here. I like the 6:10 quiz. In the morning, I think that's good. It gets the vibe going with the music.
Very good.
And also your forbidden folder.
Something
a bit naughty, yeah.
So if you haven't listened to the whole show like Emma has, what she's mentioned there is 2 segments. So every morning at 6:10, we do a very simple quiz, but if you win the quiz, you get to choose the next song we play.
And also the forbidden folder is where we keep all the ideas the boss has said no to in the past, and we did Mile High Club this week, and there's a real juicy one lined up for next week already.
Well, Emma, did you like that because you could relate to that?
No, certainly not like yet.
Well, Emma, you have earned your $100. There you go.
Amazing. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
Thanks, Emma. You've gone above and beyond. Hopefully you'll listen for free next week. Ellie from Greensborough, how are you?
Morning, guys. Good, how are you?
Very good. How much of the show did you get to listen to?
Probably about 45 before work each morning.
Oh, that's good.
pretty
I
good.
thought you meant all up over the week, and I'm like, geez, you've taken us for a ride, haven't you?
Well, hit us with your negative and your positive.
Okay, we'll start with the bad, if you like. I'd say probably Ben trying to say he's the cool one, trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah, I get it. No,
Negative, just Ben in general. Great.
If you've got to say you're the cool one, then it's like not cool.
Yeah, but see, what's cool about that though is because I'm doing it ironically, therefore actually making me the cool one.
Ellie's saying otherwise. Okay, thanks for that. That's constructive. We can work with that. Anything you have liked on the new show, Ben, Liam and Belle, this week?
Yeah, I love the new energy of the new trio. Like when you're at an event, it turns a bit stale, and a new group rolls in, brings a new energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, can we quote that?
Thanks, Ellie. Yeah, we'll put that in the promo. Last one here, Steph from Ringwood. We've paid you $100 to be in our focus group. We've literally paid you to listen. What are your thoughts? Is there anything you don't like about what Ben, myself, and Belle are doing?
I have to say that I'm really disappointed that none of you are Hawthorn supporters. I was hoping I would have someone to start talking about my team on the radio, but that's okay. I can live with that.
No, look, so Ben's like hard Port family, Belle's hard Melbourne.
I saw on Instagram, I was looking at Ben's page and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, he's a Port guy. Look, I literally have Liverpool, like I'm a big Premier League guy, and I'm going over to Anfield to watch Liverpool play in April, and I've got a big Liverpool tattoo on my arm that Ben gave me on air.
Maybe you could be a Hawk supporter.
Well, that's what I think. I'm so technically it's like I'm more of the world game type person.
You're not tied to any AFL team.
I mean, Steph, if you like me more, maybe I'll denounce the Crows. I mean, they haven't been going too crash hot in recent years, and there's all that controversy with the camp and stuff. So, I mean, it's another bird team, I suppose, so it's not too much of a jump for me.
Yeah, I like it. And so what's your positive, Steph?
My positive is that I've listened to Ben and Liam before, and I was like, oh, what's the chemistry going to be like with somebody new? But I think that the chemistry is really good. And Belle's been amazing for the first week. So, yeah, I like the entry of some female energy.
Very good.
And I think it's been really good so far.
Thanks, Steph. I appreciate that.
I'll change to Hawthorn for you. That's no worries.
Yeah, I know. I also think, if you listened in the past, I was probably bringing in about 60% female energy into the duo. But now, Belle has definitely, helped that sort of way out a little bit.
All right. Thank you very much, Steph. We do appreciate your feedback. As we said, you can text in 0400 919 919, or you can call up whenever you want. We are an open show, 13 24 10.
Yesterday, I'm sure a lot of people were gathered around watching Netflix because the Harry and Meghan doco dropped.
There's a hierarchy of the family. There's leaking, but there's also planting of stories. The pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution, this feeding frenzy.
I realized they're never going to protect you.
I was terrified. I didn't want history to repeat itself. No one knows the full truth. We know the full truth.
If you watched it 13/24/10, give us a buzz. What did you make of the whole thing? Belle, you've already binged through the first 3 episodes.
Absolutely did, yeah. So we had 3 drop last night, and we've got the following 3 dropping next week. So, yeah, I absolutely just flew through them. And I will start by saying, and you guys know this, I've never been a Royals person. I couldn't care less about the Royals, especially all the Harry, Meghan stuff. We've been in the media for years now, and watching it all, it just got so tiring. But I did watch it out of sheer curiosity, and I couldn't stop. The first episode, we get an insight into how Harry and Meghan met, and really insight into their relationship from the first few weeks. And I did end up shedding a few tears. They went back into Diana. I did. They went kind of deep diving into Diana and how all of Harry's trauma has come through with him his whole life up until now, and then the parallels between Meghan and Diana as well. It is actually quite fascinating.
But you realise this whole thing is just them articulating their own story so that people like you who didn't care less now are fans of them.
I know, and I hate that I am one of those people. And I was saying even yesterday on the show, I said, look, they're doing it for money and they just wanting attention. And now I have truly been sucked in, and I do kind of see their side now, and I'm excited for the next 3 episodes that are to come.
Well, it's kind of, I was sort of at that standpoint where, you get it, right? Like, if they wanted to leave the family because, Diana, literally sort of got hounded to death, really, and he's thinking, no, I don't want to be part of this anymore, then, why not? And if you want to cash in a bit,
Feels to me no different than the Kardashians. You know what I mean? It just feels like they're the new Kardashians.
And it is funny you say that, Ben. There has been a lot of talk online this morning saying it's just like a crappy Kardashian episode with half British, half American. I saw it now more like Romeo and Juliet. And the whole thing is about them putting love first. They come from completely different worlds, and now they've found each other.
Imagine if this became a thing where it was there's the 6 episodes, but then it becomes a thing that's on Netflix every week, and she's like, oh my God, Harry, I can't believe you would do that. Why would you come at me and it just becomes the full... Because I would argue, I know, Harry can, supposedly fly, fighter jets and that sort of stuff, but I don't know if he'd be cutting up too many cucumbers himself. I don't know if he'd know how to do it. I think he'd have the same sort of Kendall way of doing things.
I reckon you've been well and truly sucked in, Belle, like a lot of other people too.
I know, and I hate that I have. I honestly hate that I have, but it is really good, and I can't wait. But I'd love to hear, if you're in the same boat as me, did you watch it last night? And if so, did you, just bail after 1 episode, or are you excited for next week? 13 24 10.
Cassie joins us now in Edith Vale. Good morning, Cassie. What did you think?
Good morning. I love you guys. It's been a great week.
Oh, thank you.
Cassie, appreciate that.
Yeah, I've been watching you. I've been listening to you in the morning, lunchtime. The rest of the time.
Yeah. Well, look, people might not be familiar, but Ben and I used to do the lunch break from midday to 1 for the last, I think, year or 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, look, I came from a royalist fantasy when I was young. I was alive, God forbid, when Princess Diana and Charles got married, and I had a little scrapbook and everything. And then as time went by, I started to really hate it. And then, I started to get sucked into the whole Morgan, I guess just bagging everything so much from the US. And I started to believe in that it's all just really awful and they're all just money-grabbing, little hungry people. And then I watched it last night, and I'm the same as you, Belle. I swear, I have literally turned a corner and gone, oh my God, these are just human beings who have basically been shunned by their family and made to feel like they're outsiders, and this is so unfair. And then all their families manipulating and mucking around with the dad and all that kind of stuff. Awful.
Well, that's the thing, though, Cass. Like I was saying before, I kind of, and I hate that I have been sucked into it now, and I do believe them, because I guess you could say that's pretty much their whole mission from the start with this documentary, and they are succeeding. You've got people like Cassie and myself who now are like, you know what? I do feel for them.
When you say, people talk about the cash grab thing, it's like, I don't think they had any money issues. I don't think there was cash flow problems for either of them before all of this.
Oh, look, I'd love to tell my story for $100 million.
Yes, there you go. I mean, you're doing it. We're getting you to do it for free at the moment.
Well, look,
the
Cassie,
only thing I will say is, like,
Can you hook me up?
I'm happy with everything. The only thing that does annoy me a little bit about Meghan Markle and Harry is that she calls him H.
Does she?
Yeah, and he calls her M. And she calls him H.
And H.
Oh, M. Oh, look at that. H&M store.
Maybe next week we can do pet names.
Yeah.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet.
Twitter, Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Well, get excited, Melbourne. Zac Efron and John Cena are coming next year.
Jeez, that's exciting. For people who like High School Musical and the WWE fans, you know what I mean? It's a good spread of people who are like, whoa, they're going to be here in Melbourne?
They're going to be in Melbourne February to March filming their new movie together. And we know this because actually a few residents in Kensington got letters sent to their houses saying, hey, we might need your house for 3 days to film. So we know that they're going to be in Kensington. So that's where you'll find me camping out.
Maybe John Cena's in some of those houses already and they just can't see him. We don't know. He could already be in Kensington.
Very good.
Thanks, guys. I'll be here all week. Try the schnitzel.
Clap him for that. There are health concerns, actually, for one of our favourite DJs, Deadmau5.
No, Deadmau5.
I haven't thought of Deadmau5 for a long time. He obviously wears the giant mouse helmet.
And dare I say, I mean, aside from Daft Punk, he's been around for 20 years, so maybe he was one of the first to start the whole big head mask
You got
thing.
golden features and a few different...
He was doing it before Marshmallow was big.
Oh, Marshmallow? Yeah. No, sorry. But Deadmau5 is one of the OGs, but it has actually now been a bit problematic for him. He's just posted on his Insta yesterday that he had an X-ray on his spine, and because of carrying this huge mouse head on his head, his whole spine has started going crooked. So it's actually a bit of a concern. Now, there are all these other artists now with, Marshmallow. Is he going to lose?
I like how this guy's literally getting, like, irreversible spinal damage and behind the scenes. He's like, please, it's too heavy. I can't do it anymore. I can't feel my toes. And his management like, put the mouse mask on. Put it on and do the gig.
There will be a dead mouse soon. All right. And finally this morning...
Does Belle get a clap through for that one, or...?
No.
Okay. WNBA basketballer Brittney Griner, who, look, you may have heard her name all this year. She's been detained in Russia since February. She is the basketballer that's been held over there because she arrived in Russia carrying the vape cartridge and it was filled with hashish oil, which is illegal over there.
It's like THC sort of.
Yeah. She has finally been released back home to the US.
I spoke with Brittney Griner. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances, Brittney will soon be back in the arms of her loved ones, and she should have been there all along.
Now, how did this happen? I mean, look, we only just had the news a few weeks ago that she was going to be there forever, not to come home.
Russian work camp.
Yeah.
Just having a weed vape.
Well, they've done a straight swap. The US have done a swap with Russia. She is being sent home to the US, and the US are giving Russia back their arms dealer, Victor Bout.
What do you reckon the first thing she's going to do is when she gets home?
Rip a big.
She's an Olympic basketballer.
To celebrate. Wow, she also
we do know she likes to partake.
She blazes it. There's no denying.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.